I managed to squeeze this one right in the middle of all of my cities. Lovely. That's really, really cool. Still not gaining on people though. It's a lot of tourism being chucked out by pretty much the entirety of the AI. I need to get serious. I need to really crank my tourism up to another level. That's an artist. That is a musician. Unfortunately, look, Egypt keeps picking them up. Egypt is doing actually a very good job at generating artists and merchant, well, just generally sort of writing and musician points and all that sort of stuff, which is highly annoying. I really wish they wouldn't. Spilsbury, toys. I like toys. Yay. Oh, actually, Goddard is amazing. +1 level of diplomatic visibility over everybody. She's always the one I wish I had on domination games. 3 combat strength against everyone. It's amazing. But I did manage to put down like 6 national parks now. Let's have a look. It was more than I thought I could squeeze in, and they're sort of in the middle of places. Yeah, 6 of them. I've got 2 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. I'm sure I can squeeze in more. I've got another one coming, actually. Just sort of making nice way to that tile. But I think, unfortunately, a lot of them are kind of just on the edge of like the 3 tile thing, so I can't buy the tiles in to get them. It's a little bit awkward. Now starting to get some very good theming, though. Huzzah! 30 tourism from that one. That is awesome. In fact, actually, oh, that would have been really good to put in the Annie. My capital gets double tourism, so I want to make sure I kind of take advantage of that where I can. Either way, though, we have 778 diplomatic favour. Oh, of course, we're monarchy. We must be making a lot of stuff. I would love it if we are unable to neutralise governors. That would be amazing. And I would love it if we got double writer points. No, artist points. Got all my votes in that one. 12 votes and 5 votes. We'll see what goes through. Nothing is going to go through. Hang on. No scientist and great workhouse. Oh, okay, so great workhouse. That's fine. If people steal my great works, I'll just buy them back. I'm filthy rich. My power is money. It's all I do in this game. It's great. Speaking of, I have 46 per turn at the moment, so I'm just going to sell 500 of it for 196 gold per turn and £1,000 up front. Oh, thank you so much. So in a random thing of good fortune, this volcano just blew off an absolute ton of different improvements, and now I can probably build a park or 2 in this area. That's one way of looking at natural catastrophe, isn't it? Cool, we now officially have nothing else to use our faith on, so 7,000 of it. Here we go, stock exchange is 525 faith. I'm on 1,586 gold per turn. Let's see. So as we push this along, look, every single one seems to be getting us about 11 gold. Look at that. Tasty. Yes. There we have it, 1,739 gold, and more importantly, they will now be producing more great merchant points. I believe they give me just the 1 point now. Just the 1? Dear oh dear, I think they should give 2 personally, but then I am a bit greedy, so maybe you shouldn't listen to me. Oh, people are just the worst. They keep stealing my city-states. What am I supposed to do with my faith if I can't faith buy things in? Come on, Valletta is mine, and all that extra. Oh my goodness, I probably lost about 300 faith per turn by losing Cinguetti. I need to take that back. That is atrocious. I also realised that I didn't have Indiana Jones walking around getting artifacts. So there we go, we'll buy him in. I think I've only got a couple in my territory because it's been surprisingly peaceful apart from that horrific barbarian assault mid-game. We don't talk about that. I'm still deeply injured from that one. Radios will give me broadcast centres, so that's where we're going to go down now. Flight also gives me a tiny bit of tourism from any culture improvements. I don't really think I've got any this game. That was, yeah, not my priority, this one. I believe, however, it is time for me to think about theming my cities. Look, you can see that at least some of them can get themed now. Oh yes, themed religious art, perfect. I still don't have any sculptures of use. Sculptures are probably the least effective thing I have in my empire right now, and there's a couple of locked in things, like this is a religious piece but I could move if I could, you know, physically get it out, and then there's a portrait that'll help me to theme those, so that'll be cool. Getting there with artists, it's beginning to give me a bunch of tourism, and I now have 518 coming in per turn. It's good. It's not enough, but it's good. Oh, what was I saying? More amphitheatres. There we go. More art museums. We've got loads of space now. That's great. In fact, actually, I've got an artist coming in next turn. I think I know what my faith is going to be spent on. just getting in all of those artists. Another neat little trick, remember that some great works of writing provide twice as much as others. Like this one, The Blazing World, gives 2 culture and 2 tourism. This one, the Ramayana, gives 4 culture and 4 tourism. Now I have Pingala in my capital, which doubles the tourism, so what I'm doing is making sure that my capital is full of 4 works rather than 2 works, and that means I've got 20 tourism, 24 tourism coming in. It makes a huge difference. Religious landscape. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, that could help actually. If I find that I've got some spare artwork somewhere. I mean, religious, where is this going to be? Actually, I'll put both of those in Kiri and then we'll go from there. That's not a bad shout actually. Where, if I can remember where Kiri is. I've got so many cities, I don't know where they are. Oh, here it is. Perfect, right, cool. And where was my Indiana Jones? Perfect. You go and pick up this for me. It's from Mansa Musa. You say not. A mummy. I don't remember doing that to cats. When did I do that? I don't know. I need to have some words with my people, I think. Now Geneva's been taken. Oh, for goodness sake. Train a heavy chariot. Have I really not unlocked anything better than a heavy chariot? No, I do. I have my knights. I guess, oh, does my unique... I think... It might be one of those things where my unique builder, you know, my unique knight might actually allow me to build... No, it doesn't. So why is it asking for heavy chariots still? Normally those city-state quests become obsolete when you tech past them. Strange that one. The Aztecs are still just... There's so many bombards just sat outside Nazca. Please, don't do that. I don't want to be... Like, why this pressure? Come on, stop it. Oh look, it's ideology time. And for once, that barely gives me anything. Although equestrian orders, I realise I still have that in from the beginning of the game, and that is a mistake. Let's pull in military research. That's a good 34 science per turn. I like the sound of that very much. Otherwise, being absolutely honest with you, all of these are terrible. There's no military policy that really helps you out when you're going for a culture victory. So I think I'll probably go for logistics, because it's kind of a little bit helpful. Raj is doing okay for me. I'm not really going to mess around with that. Heritage tourism and scripture are essential things that I just can't take off. I really want economic union though. That would be a lot of fun, but Republican legacy is stopping me from doing that. So the best thing I can do is learn how to vote. Once I can vote, I'll have more policy cards. Hooray! Plus, I now have diplomatic visibility over everyone. This is always really interesting because you get to find out loads of really cool things about people. I also managed to very subtly switch away from a cultural alliance. Look at this. I'm stealing a Sumerian city on that border. I'm stealing an Aztec city over there. I am just slowly spreading my empire because I'm the only one in this game that can really reliably get population. Apart from Lagash, which, because of course, don't forget, the Deity AI, Deity ++ mode that we're playing on means that they basically get double food in all of their cities. Just like 4 farms, I should say, is enough to get to 12 population. Yeah. This map isn't really showing off just how crazily overpowered the AI is, but trust me, they are crazily overpowered. More art! Give me more! Yes, 3 over score every time I do that. I'm getting 1,000 faith per turn still. Very nice. Uh-oh, that's a deadly hurricane. Which way is it going? It is going southwest. That's not my problem. Hooray! I believe El Greco putting a landscape into this city will make it themed. Yes. There we go. Perfect. Now, what are you able to do? Portraits. Oh, I have portraits. Portraits are ready to go. Right. Tieo, that's where you need to head. Where on earth is that city? I don't know where any of my cities are. Oh, over here. Okay. Teleport magically over there. Thank you. Please, nobody tell Curtin I've just finished the Sydney Opera House. He's going to be very jealous when he works that out. Now, the reason I built this in my capital is because it has 3 slots, I believe, for great musicians. And with Pingala doubling things, I think when I get to the space race card, is it the space race one that gives me like triple tourism on works of music? This will just be an absolutely insane wonder for tourism. Just you watch. We're up to 612 tourism per turn at the moment. I'm now beginning to catch people up reliably well. But if I just take a quick peek at what it does down here, there we go. 3 works of music. I mean, that's just great. I mean, it does have 8 culture in it as well, which is even better, but it's not even really the big thing. Music, 1, 2. Perfect. And pop. Down it goes. So each one gives me 4 tourism per turn. So they're basically like super... What do you call these great works of writing? They're pretty damn good. So I'm just trying to think, do I put more great works of music in my palace and my bank? I think I probably end up... I think I will. I think it's probably a good thing. I'd rather put those down than wait for anything else. Yeah, you know what? I will. And I believe that is another themed building. Yes, there we go. TO. Themed and beautiful. Perfect. Timbuktu is the next place you need to go. Where on earth is Timbuktu? I don't know. Down here. Hooray. Oh my lord, now I've lost Mohenjo-Daro as well. That has totally taken the fun out of democracy. It hasn't really. I love it. Right. New Deal has to come in. It's such a good card. We've got Raj, we've got Visabankin, and because we have Patala Palace, we get one more thing. So I'm going to pick up Gunboat Diplomacy because I need more city-state envoys. Desperately. Republican Legacy is really good, but I really need other things. And Monarchic Legacy here, that's going to give me a ton of extra diplomatic favour, which I'm using to basically buy things on a crazy level. That's like 30-something, 34 extra per turn having that card in. That's nice. So democracy is giving me food and production in all of my cities. Makes a big deal. This is a big difference. I love it. But space race, I believe, is what I want to go for. Satellite broadcasts. There we go. Perfect. It's better, I think, than going professional sports to start with because I've already got a decent chunk of tourism coming from music. I just need to boost that even further. There's an entertainment complex in my capital. Just going to put zoo in there. That's great. And now I need you to build for me a National History Museum. 4 extra slots for any great work. Thank you so much. That's great. Well, Pinkala just got nuked because I forgot to put a spy in my capital. How often do I say that? Oh, for goodness sake. And I now have 1 envoy. Who's the most important one to pick back up? I don't need the science particularly, but I do need the extra faith per turn from my trade routes. I'm on 1229 at the moment, 1558. That's over 300 faith per turn that city-state's giving me. I really don't want to lose it. Timbuktu is now themed as well. Look at this. Hooray. It's all looking beautiful. Themed, 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 themed. I've only got 3 art museums that are not themed, and I'm just waiting for my religious work to get itself in a position where I can sort of move it about. That's good. Got more landscapes coming in. That's quite useful. Yeah, I'll pick him up. Perfect. And more portraits after that. Okay. I'm now making more settlers in this random sort of Arabian proximity city over there because what I can do is now produce for myself naturalists in mountain ranges around here. There's huge mountain ranges where the appeal is just lovely. Oh, it's that glitch again where I can't use any of the keyboard shortcuts, and I've forgotten. Somebody did say what the shortcut to fixing this was, and I cannot remember. One day I'll learn. One day I will learn. I am just replacing the odd piece of artwork in cities. Gen is a good one, actually. Let's get rid of you to there, and then send my artist. There you go. There's another themed one. We like landscapes. Landscapes are just amazingly themed. But you can see I am still producing these things. Lovely stuff. Absorbs this city-state into your empire. Oh, yes. There's a couple of city-states I haven't really even bothered with in this game, like Auckland. Let's go take Auckland. Why not? So that is this city. Perfect. I'm just going to... I mean, it doesn't really matter what my builder does here, but just going to purchase those tiles. Flip that into there, lovely, and then a naturalist will come in and put a new theme park or a national park down. That's the only reason I'm building settlers here. I'm using all of my gold to buy settlers. I'm using all of my faith to buy myself naturalists. We're going to just spike our tourism in this area of the map. And a National History Museum. This building is really handy for putting pieces of art in where there's no hope of actually theming it with anything. So, for instance, this piece there of a monk, it's kind of a bit pointless at the moment, so I'm going to pop it into there. I also have the opportunity to get rid of a couple of things like musicians, and there's Beatrix Potter is there, Frankenstein. Oh, now this is a cultural question. Do I want the Raven? Do I want Frankenstein? Or do I want the Tale of Peter Rabbit? Well, clearly the classic of Peter Rabbit is what I want. Vivaldi has appeared now. Excellent stuff. Well, I've got nowhere to put his Nowhere to put his music. Actually, no, we can do 4 seasons in this city. Okay, is that still a 4-4? Yeah, I think all the music's a 4-4. I don't remember seeing one that provides more than a 4-4. Just thinking that sometimes you get great works that provide double tourism, like in writing and artists and things, but nope, maybe not today. I think that's another, yeah, look at that, 4 themed landscape museums. Beautiful. There's the national park. Great stuff. And then I'll make another naturalist because I have another mountain pass city. Well, actually, hang on. Oh, for goodness sake, the thing's not working again. Yeah, look at this. Bam, look at that area. That's wonderful. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got so much money. I don't even care. Workshop, good. Factory, good. Coal power plant, even better. This will turn on all, hopefully. Actually, now I say that, I haven't even got any coal. That's a bit embarrassing. Is there any coal on this map? Let's have a look and see where I'm missing it. There must be some somewhere. 23 results. Where are they all? Oh, they're all going to be in the tundra around the edges of the map, aren't they? Okay, so really, you need to push to the north and south of this map to get coal. It's not going to help me at all. Never mind. Hagia Sophia. I built this wonder ages ago and forgot about it when I was considering getting a religion victory. Again, I've mentioned it a few times. I didn't end up going for a religion victory this game, which was my original intention, because the AI just didn't pick up profits and it didn't feel like a good competition. Are there still profits? Yeah, they still haven't. So there's only been 3 religions. The desert has really confused the AI. It really doesn't cope too well on this map. Oh well, what are you going to do? 3,000 gold though, stolen from Niani. I really need to get some spies in here. I'm building them rapidly. Pingala needs to stay safe. My gold needs to stay safe. I'm actually losing, yeah, I'm losing about 600 gold per turn at the moment. My gold is massively being cut. Yeah, this isn't good. This is not good. I have spies everywhere. I always forget this about playing Mali. Of course you'll have spies. You by far make the most gold per turn. So they're always going to go for you. Never remember though. Here is radio. Nice broadcast centers. Now these are amazing buildings. They give a little bit of culture. That's great. +8 because I've got the city state. But they also have obviously the space for music. They're not expensive as well. Oh, I can't even use the keyboard shortcut. I keep forgetting that. So broadcast centers are the bank. What have we got here? So democracy is giving us a 15% discount, and my Sugaba, I believe, is a 20%. I'm on 35% cheaper when buying these things. That's pretty cool. But I'm basically just going to spend all my gold. As much as getting settlers is fun, this is a directly useful thing for me to be buying, so I shall buy it. Perfect. And that gives me more genuine places for great works of music. So we will move those into proper places. There we go. The palace, that's all very well and good, but I want my capital to be full of the best great works it can. And for instance, Beatrix Potter can come in here and put in the Tailor of Gloucester.
No more
Just,
twist.
is there a better piece of writing? No more twist, indeed. I just picked up satellite broadcasts, by the way, so that's another 200% tourism from works of music. Oh yes, they're good now. Oh, speak of the devil, I can trade aluminium for coal. I will do that because coal I can actually use to power my capital. Apparently I've got a lot of aluminium coming in per turn. 16, I didn't even see this. Oh yeah, of course, 19 sources of aluminium because this is a desert map. Oh right, I'm going to have a lot of aluminium, aren't I? Because I put a lot of things out. Okay, right, let's just quickly have a look at this. I think this may be a bit ridiculous when you have a look at this. Oh wow, look, 7 power being taken from a coal there. Oh, 70 things of aluminium. This is a very, very heavy plain map. And as you can see, I have quite a few. A lot of them are not even improved. I don't even think I'm going to bother improving them, to be fair, because I don't need it. But it means I can sell this stuff. Hang on, if I just go to strategic resources and go to aluminium. Anyone want any of it? Oh yeah, look, 20 gold for 45, sorry, 20 aluminium for 45 gold per turn. This will be profitable for me. Another theatre square. I forgot I was even still building these. That's great. Hang on, I need a little bit more gold. Who can sell it to me? No one's really got much up front anymore because I've been cleaning people out. Broadcast into, oh yeah, I need a lot more. This city doesn't have a Sugaba. That's why. Okay, right, just anyone got any more gold they can hand me on a plate? 300? That'll do. Yep, that's perfect. Great. Broadcast center. Good. That's got more space now. 1, 2, and then I think artwork will have a bit more space for as well. Perfect. This is good. All of my great people are now having a chance to pop down. So I believe this is a good place for a city. I don't really care what you actually do, but let's get myself the naturalist in, and then next turn I'll go bomb 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 and pick that one up, and then there'll be another one bomb 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 there. Oh, the Aztecs are now at war with me. And why is that? Oh, they declared on Nubia. Okay, interesting. So their army is heading east, but as you can see, there is also a lot of army in the sea, and they conveniently seem to have declared on me in this direction as well. Clever Aztecs. Very, very clever. Now, unfortunately, I've only got 25 range strength in this city at the moment, which is not the best, but that's because I haven't really bothered to improve it at all. I can get 55 strength if I get a frigate in. I think that's going to be the best thing for me to do. Let's get a couple of frigates in this sea. That will help a lot. Perfect, 55 strength now. Great stuff. I've got Renaissance wars in most of my cities, so I'm not really worried about losing this sort of stuff. And Nazca, levy the military. I can do that if I had 10 more gold, which now I do. Thank you, Nazca. I'm just going to borrow your units. That line infantry may die, but I've got 2 caravels that I can use just to sweep up in this fantastic little sea. This one city has 2 national parks made mostly of mountains, and I just deleted the unit rather than putting it down. Of course I did. That's just typical me. Whoops. Another artist full of portraits. Perfect stuff. And more landscapes on the way as well. I honestly don't know where I can put all this stuff. This is getting silly now. Oh, you have to be suzerain of them. That was a useless merchant then. Well, I don't want to claim any city-states that I'm suzerain of. They're all good. Fine, I'll pick up Auckland in a second. Hermitage! I built this in possibly my 7th city and then again forgot about it. But that's fine because I've got holy sites providing crazy amounts of production. This will give me a bunch of artist slots, which I believe is like 4 of the things. And just like the National History Museum, yeah, there it is. It's really, really good for the sort of strays, like pieces of art that aren't really going to be anywhere else and sort of useful anywhere else. So like I'm going to put the sculptures in them for now because there's nothing I can really do with sculptures. Let me just switch these around a little bit. There we go, look, it's more themed. Okay, right, what else are we doing? I just put something down in Dia and I was going to switch some artwork around. So I need my artist to go to tier now. This is good. This is fine. This is fine. If I can remember where things are, go to there. Perfect. I've got social media now, which is great. So I can pick up, where is it? 50% tourism to civilizations that I have a trade route to. That's quite a few of them. Oh man, all of these cards are getting pretty good. Scripture, I got to get rid of Monarchic Legacy, and that pains me because it's such a good card. Housing and the favor and all that sort of stuff. That gives me 3 oil per turn. Amazing. That's actually really helpful. Thank you, Rockefeller. Lovely. And there's Ulysses. Okay, writing wires. I've got no space for you, my friends. No space at all. But actually, I can make it. There we go. Go and pop yourself down there. Perfect. Again, the same thing. I just need to make sure my capital has got nothing but 4 4s. Because the 4 4s give so much more to my capital. Another national park there. Another one there. It's good. I think, hopefully, that will have put my tourism above 1,000 once I click this all through. Okay, it needs to recalculate, but we'll just check on that in a second. Another piece of art into Tio, and again, look at this theming. Bump, bump, bump. All 3 now, and another space I've made in the National History Museum, which means I can put down Dubliners. There we go. Bump, 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 bump. This is all looking great. Yeah, there we go. 1,000 tourism per turn. It did tick over the 4 figures. That's kind of what I expected. The Aztecs just basically one-shot a line infantry corps with their own line infantry corps, and they attacked across a river. That is mad. So they have 8 luxury, so they have +8, and they also have +6 because of the Deity ++. So that was a +14 attack. I think they have the promotion as well to give them the battle cry. Yeah, that was brutal. I wasn't expecting to be one-shot like that. Just goes to show this difficulty mode, like, it is remarkably difficult. I think we need to have a proper domination map with it, don't we? Just to really, really show you how crazy powerful it can be. My gold is back up to full because my spies are now doing the business. They just caught somebody stealing money. Perfect. Perfect. We've got 3 spies already, and it is going to go up much, much higher than that because I'm going to just flood it with spies. Where's this? What I'm doing is I'm moving great works out of my capital so I can keep popping them down in my capital because I'm lazy. This will be fun. Plus 6 gold for every stock exchange. Bump, 150 gold per turn that added up to. Nice. And there's another city there just on the borders that I can... I mean, it doesn't really matter what I do with my builders. Being honest with you, I'm just building things for the national parks. It's in the middle of this war with me. The Aztecs have just lost their city. I mean, that's a mishap, isn't it? Don't attack my cities if you can't hold your own. Golden Age time and reform the coinage is definitely what I want to do because the Aztecs are still creeping around my land being very annoying. If they could take my trade routes, I would be in a much worse position, although we are now rapidly approaching a tourism victory. This is pretty good. Let's make peace. Come on, don't be like this, Aztecs. They're going to give me a little bit of gold per turn. That's good. I feel like that is an appropriate punishment there. Let's get another trader going into this city. They are minus 18 with me still. Why are you minus 18 with me? They're following my religion, but otherwise they don't like me at all. They're unhappy they cannot get gossip from you. What does that even mean? They want to know everything about everyone through friendship, open borders, delegations, and embassies. Oh, well, there we go. Yeah, so look, there we go. I've got an embassy with them. So that'll help. And I can get open borders with them easily. Perfect. And then I'll give them a nice friendly gift because they are Aztecs. They love luxuries. We'll give them incense. And you know what? I'll even give them my toys because I'm really nice. Look at that. They should be really good friends now. Australia, though. Hey, I'm working on them as well. Allied with friend, declared friendship with friend, trade routes between nations. Okay, that's all good. They don't want an embassy, but they will take open borders, which really I should have done before. Whoops, never mind. And we'll give them a gift as well. I will give them 10 aluminium. I think that's going to be good. There we go. They should be friends with me as well. Egypt just doesn't like me. I think we may have offended her before when I spread my religion into her lands without asking. World Congress time and heritage organization is definitely a thing I want to look at here. Now, what is giving me the most tourism? I think it may actually be the music these days, although the writing is pretty good. Look, I've got 30 from a National History Museum, but the music is giving me way, way, way more. So I think I might do that. I mean, art is the other option here because I've got lots of themed art. We're going to go, I think I'll go music because I think music is going to hit itself later down the line. So I'll put all 14 votes into that one. I think that Mali may, no, Nubia, sorry, may get that vote. So we'll do that. And then duplicates, I'll just say duplicates of Amber because I don't really care. Right, doesn't matter. The rest of it doesn't matter. I just want my double to go through. Double music? Please tell me this will work. Bolshoi Ballet, that's pretty cool, right? 2 randomly chosen civics, as well as having, I think, a music and a writing slot. So that's a really good wonder for me. I have a feeling, though, I might have accidentally left a couple of civics from way earlier in the tree that it's going to give me now. Diamonds grant duplicates. Music is doubled. There we go. So it did work. And environmentalism passes at the same time. I'm out to 1,397. That is pretty mad. It gave me totalitarianism. Okay, that's interesting. And I think it probably gave me something... Oh, no, I think it gave me... it gave me globalization. Okay, no, that's really handy. Yeah, fair play. Right, well, collective activism can come in and International Space Agency can come in as well. So my yields are now crazy. 1,500 culture per turn. Lovely. 3 more landscapes to come down. Wow. Okay. I didn't actually think we needed more landscapes, but this is a good opportunity to get rid of this one from my capital because it was just a weak one there. So let's see if we get a impressively better one. Let's have a quick look. Is this a... No, it's still a 3-2. Damn. Damn, I want to get a 3-4 in there. 25% tourism rate towards civilizations you have a trade route to. Well, that's just the final nail in the coffin, isn't it? Perfect. I mean, we were already winning like crazy, but Amanatore now is like 100% from trade routes. Oh yes, that's just awesome. And every time I think I've run out, I get another city with another theatre square in it. So that's an amphitheatre, art museum, broadcast center. Just, I love having this much gold, because I was thinking I have nowhere to put my great writers, but now I do. I also have the ability in these new cities to do the same thing, because Raina's here. So there is a theatre square just purchased, and there's also Moksha, so I'm going to do the same like so. I mean, it's just crazy how quickly we can expand our culture game as soon as we get a little bit more land. Look at this. Tasty. It's a little bit more expensive because I haven't got the sugar making things cheaper, but I mean, that's still just lovely. Whenever you see these two delightful theatre masks, you know you really are at the late stage of the tourism game, because this gives you the amazing Hallyu card. This thing is wonderful and lets rock bands choose from any possible promotion, basically guaranteeing you the game, especially if you have 1,700 faith per turn. What you essentially can do is go, who is denying me the culture victory? Scrolling down, oh, yep, it's still Egypt, so we'd have a look at Egypt's lands and go, right, what districts have they got a lot of? Theatre Square, Theatre Square, Theatre Square, okay, lots of Theatre Squares. And then you buy the rock bands, pick the Theatre Square promotion, and huzzah! Instant tourism victory. Especially because, look, Bentz, she's here as well, and she gives another 25% tourism rate towards civilizations you have a trade route to. I didn't realise that she was in the game at the same time as Sarah Breedlove. So that's interesting. I mean, I'm not complaining, it's just, I totally forgot they were the same. I just thought the game alternated between them. I guess we've had so many great people in this game that both have appeared. I mean, we really have been churning through the merchants. If I just have a look and show you. Look at all this. Oh, yeah. Classical, classical, classical. So we had 3 from the classical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on. 4 from the medieval. 1, 2, 3, 4 from Renaissance. 1, 2... Only 2 from the... No, 3 from the industrial era. I guess we missed one of the industrial ones. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 from the modern era. And this is now into atomic era. Yeah, so we are maximizing... almost. And if this wasn't all crazy enough, look at that, computers is going to give me another 25% tourism boost. I was on 1,496 and now I'm on 1,799. Oh yeah. Oh, and there we go, we won. Oh, that happened a few turns before I expected it to. There we go. Well, I mean, we got only 6th on score. I think that's the desert basically suppressing a lot of the expansion, but graphs wise you can see, look, the AI really couldn't keep up with me this game. I was on fire. The Deity ++ start meant that they catapulted, but then as soon as I got my holy sites down, huzzah! Cities captured, not at all. I was very peaceful this game. I founded the most though. You can see where I got monumentality. Boom, up straight away. That was good fun. I liked that. Player culture, I was winning after, what, turn 150? Something like that. And science-wise, I never took the lead. The Aztecs were actually having a pretty decent game. Nice. Total religions founded. Good. Only 3. I mean, that's why we didn't go for religion victory. I keep saying it, but it was just unfortunate. Wonders constructed. I took the edge right at the end there. Lovely stuff. If we have a quick look at the map, you can see why we did so well. Population. Population was key to this game. There is no food on a desert map at all. So the fact that Mali obviously starts with some food in the capital or in the sort of the cities based on how many desert tiles you have around you, that obviously helps with the very early game expansion, but that will only get you to about 3 or 4 population before the housing runs out, and getting housing on a desert map is very tricky. Luckily for me, I went for basically a combination of going to monarchy to get the housing for walls with the classical republic card, so that was like +4 housing per city, with the granary that went to +6, that was very nice, and then the Nazca lines. Now obviously the Nazca lines in my capital were boosted by Petra. There was some crazy yields going on there, absolutely mad, but the Nazca lines were helping everywhere, especially these oasis tiles. Like, that's a 3 Nazca oasis giving 6 food per turn. It meant that the cities could grow, and I only ever needed to get them to 7 population. I needed to get a holy site down, 4 population to get the Sugaba, and 7 population to get the theatre square. So really, it wasn't too bad. There's an Aztec city I've just picked up, by the way. Haha! Oh dear, Aztecs, you are not doing well this game. I'm just sort of stealing, I think it was 1, 2, 3 of their cities I've stolen. And actually, that might have been a Nubian city to start with. But if we have a look at other empires, you'll see it's about population suppression that's not allowing them to expand. 4 pop on a naval city. There's a 2 pop desert city over there. Nubia I was expecting to do a little bit better than they did. They did have quite a few pyramids down, and they were getting some food. But pyramids are just such an underwhelming tile. They really are. Yes, they help you to build districts, but I just think that Nubia need a little bit of a boost to make them just a little bit more competitive, because these things just don't excite me. They're really not that good, especially when you compare them to Nazca Lions. Like, I would rather have those in a heartbeat. Australia, most of their cities are on 4 population or less, apart from a couple where they've got like around, but actually the tundra has provided more food for them by far. So that worked really well for them. Essentially, if the AI could get themselves a floodplain river, they could get tons and tons of food. Otherwise, they found themselves really struggling. Like Arabia, again, Arabia just really struggled to get anything apart from Aleppo, which had a couple of plantations. That's why it grew so much there. Babylon had a decent game, actually. Look at that, 12 pop, 12 pop, 12 pop, 10 pop. And that, again, is because look at all of these, oh yes, all of these plantations. They had the Temple of Artemis. I think that was helping massively with Babylon. Nice aqueduct placements going on here as well. Oasis being settled. So there was this sort of little bastion of safety within this area. And actually Babylon have 347 science. Don't forget they get minus 50%. So 56 text versus my 47. Babylon was actually having a decent science game. And they were not far away actually from, they've got satellites and nanotech. They didn't have spaceports yet, but they did have the other 2. Babylon often research things in weird ways. Egypt really struggled this game. It just goes to show they're good at avoiding floods, but really they don't have many desert bonuses. They're a very neutral civ. I put them in because obviously they're Nile and Egypt and African specialists, but yeah, not so good on this map. But they did okay. Sumeria actually kind of did okay. In the cities with a bit of food, they did well. Like Lagash over here, 13 population, but it's busy building a Golden Gate bridge across what is the smallest little, like, just bay, I guess this would be. So I don't know why they're doing that. That's just them being funny. But yeah, I mean, overall, I like the way we played this game. This was really, really fun. If we just have a quick look and sort of see our districts, that's a +9 completely surrounded holy site, so that's giving me 18 faith. I was thinking the Kemens, or the Kemens, they would be amazing. Imagine the food on top of the holy site adjacency. I mean, obviously you wouldn't get the faith bonuses, but the food and faith from the sort of city centers, but if you could get those holy sites down, goodness me, that would be amazing, especially on the rivers. Having a look at the map should be relatively entertaining as well, because you'll see we just kept on discovering more and more and more. I like the fact that technically mountains and geothermal fissures count as more green territory on this map as opposed to anything else. But we took a little bit of time to get off at the beginning of this map. Look, it's coming up on, like, this is turn 60. We've only got 2 cities down at the moment. That's turn 70 pretty much. I got my 3rd city. But as soon as we pick up monumentality, these 4 decent cities with holy sites gave me the faith I needed. There's Petra going down. Bam, bam, bam. Look at this. Now we start to spread around. We pick up a random settler over on the right hand side of the map, which actually worked really well. The tourism late stages of the game from that area was actually really, really decent. It was a huge sort of thing. We'd stolen Aztec cities here. We've pushed down. Now, the reason I didn't expand more on this map, I had the faith and gold to do it, but there was no point. Because the cities were so deserty, there was nothing to chop, and often when you late game settle, you need rainforest or forest or marsh to be able to remove, and you can get the cities going really, really quickly. On this desert map, there was no point, because the cities were just dreadful, until this late stage of the game. Then I could put national parks down, and then I had Reina and Moksha all ready to go, and just put theatre squares down. And when you go for a culture victory, you need as many cities as you can, because you need all of the space for as many great works as you can. You should never ever be without space. So that's kind of why I was expanding so crazy at the end. But if we have a look at the tourism lens, you'll see that over in this area, even though this was only made a little while ago, look, it's already gained 2 tourists, both of these national parks. It worked really, really well. There's another 2 there, another 2 there. This theatre square already has 2 What was the most visited tile in my empire? I think it was in my capital, wasn't it? Yeah, look, it's the theatre square of my capital, followed shortly by the holy site in my capital. Look, getting a religion really does get you tourism. I didn't even build the Christ the Redeemer. That would have been fantastic. And also I haven't played with the reliquaries promotion on a religion recently. That's also very good fun if you can pick up relics reliably, which is tricky, to be fair. I only had one city in the top 5, and there were only 3 wonders in this city. Look, actually, Babylon itself. Hanging Gardens of Babylon were in Babylon. Love that. Temple of Artemis, Statue of Zeus, Ruhr Valley. Lovely. What a city Babylon was, but it can't even hold a light to my glorious desert empire. Look at it. Oh, it's beautiful. It's magnificent. And this map, I have to say, it was absolute chaos. Oh, that gives me travel sickness when I do it from that high up. That's terrifying. I really enjoyed this. Come to Discord, get the mod, have a go on the map, and thank you all for watching and supporting the channel. I'll see you next series. Goodbye. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Matthew Wilkinson, Salty Tech, Davalex, Trevor Daskby, Paul Coffey, Kroger Brand Trail Mix, Alex Noob, Cinnamon Beard Portland, Petra Ryan, and Matthew Hatch. For all of your support and for everybody that generally helps the channel to thrive, thank you all very much. See you next time.